Black Adam Endless Winter Special Issue 1, Andy Lanning and Ron Mars writing once again, with Brandon Peterson on the main art and Marcus Santucci once again on the the flashback art. Which is still there, despite the fact that it kind of... Because I wouldn't have been mad if they hadn't continued it at this point, because it kind of felt like we got to the point where Hippolyta ended her story, but they did continue it and let us see what happened next in the in that original timeline. So that was kind of neat.
It's basically Black Adam's always been the ends justify the means, right? Type character, and this part of that story pushes that forward. But even the his story in the present day takes that up to the nth degree, because of what we see him do throughout this one to try to bring the end of Endless Winter. Again, it's like, oh no, he clearly has not learned. The
flashback is basically just kind of the aftermath of the fight, and Swamp Thing actually reforms and says, the Frost King's dead, or he's gone.
Green has returned.
Yeah. But I think notably something that might come up in the final issue next week is that Hippolyta gets like a set of armor from like the townsfolk who want to thank her, and she doesn't feel like she's earned it, but I assume that's something that might pop up. But we have basically Black Adam's team, Multiplex specifically, is like sort of scouting all the various Stag Industry buildings, and
which I thought was really cool. That's a nice use of him.
Yeah, that's a neat touch.
Yeah.
But when they find the one that has the family and the ice, Icicle and Silver Banshee come in. You know what? I don't see enough Silver Banshee in my comics these days.
Nope.
She really should pop up more.
Was she in the New 52 Supergirl, or was that before New 52?
She might have been as well, but I know her mainly from Peter David's Supergirl run. Going way back.
But... So I knew her primarily, I think, from the New 52, where it was really good, where she was I think an Irish singer to help her friend's Kara.
Really? Okay.
And it's either Irish or Scottish, I can't remember. Very Gaelic sounding name.
Well, I was going to try and do a bad Irish accent, but if she might have been Scottish, I can do a pretty good Scottish accent.
I think you do a pretty good bad Scottish accent. Anyways, but yeah, more Silver Banshee, please. Like, she's great.
I'm just imagining a Supergirl villain there with like a thick Scottish accent. Moan then, you blonde bitch! Come out and get it then, you wee... I don't know. I'm just imagining lots of Scottish fight phrases. Anyway, so then Catman's there too. Rampage is there. I'm glad they labeled them. The only one I needed it for was Rampage, if I'm honest. But that's why I'm glad they labeled them though, because there's characters like that I would never know the name of.
Well, because I thought at the beginning in the very first issue that was Mongal, the girl Mongol. Very similar.
I love how,
but she's more of a She-Hulk.
I love how you really have to emphasize the gal, because it just sounds like just Mongol if you say it quickly. We Mike's going, by the way.
Right.
getting the clicking. So Black Adam shows up with his team, threatens Sebastian Stagg.
Yeah.
The son, that is, of course. Simon Stagg being the usual Stagg.
He's definitely his father's son. His sister's brother, for sure.
He's going for the edgy thing with a tattoo or whatever it is in his face. Yeah. But yeah, he's definitely his father's son. The Frost King shows up. He's gotten bigger, seemingly. And there's a bit of a fight with Black Adam. Black Adam's like, I'll kill you like I should have done back then, blah, blah, blah. Stagg almost ruins things by his super-powered Kryptonian crystal-powered like robot weapon thing. Yep. But as we've learned, apparently Kryptonian crystals and technology make the Frost King stronger, and that's why he's even more super-powered than he was back in the day. And Black Adam's aware of this, and is like, you stupid idiot, you're going to get us all killed. Like, this is all going fine. So, yeah, a bit of a fight. The rest of the team are like, maybe we should just do a run for it. This just doesn't seem worth it. And the cliffhanger, of course, is that the Justice League show up. And seemingly this is final fight time. We're here.
Yeah, and it just goes hand in hand with Black Adam because he lets the Frost King kill Multiplex.
Yeah.
Like, Multiplex is telling him, like, hey, I can't just keep, like, throwing copies of myself at him. I'm going to run out at some point. I'm going to cut and leave. And Black Adam's like, no, you're in the Kandak army now.
Much like the flashback from last week where Viking Prince went down, he basically says the same thing where he goes, sacrifices must be made. I'm like, it's funny, Black Adam, how the sacrifice is never yours. It's always never one of your subordinates. Right?
And that's why I said it's definitely the ends justify the means. That's his character, and it's consistent. Like, he has not learned anything over the years. So
yeah, can I just I want to talk about here because Batman is riding a Green Lantern construct. Can we talk about what that construct is? Because it looks like it's the Frost King's face.
Yeah, it's
Batman's
definitely
riding on.
Yeah, it's definitely some type of monster.
Yeah,
of some kind. So, and
interesting
it looks
choice.
like Diana in this issue too. It's almost like maybe she's wearing the armor.
Do you know what? Now that you mention it, it does look like it might be the armor that Hippolyta got in the flashback. You're right, actually. That might have been already paid off. That's neat.
Which I'm sure we'll see in the pages of the Justice League in Capstone.
Yeah, I feel like the Justice League special next week that ends it is going to start off before this moment. I feel like we're going to, or at least it'll flash back to them making their plan up or something before they're showing up here. Would be my guess. I mean, not a whole lot to say. I mean, I enjoyed the Black Adam stuff and his characterization, and some of the villain banter was kind of fun. All of it makes sense that he's coming after, and because he threatens the family. Because that's the thing, he thinks he's won because he's got the family in the ice, and he's like, I'm going to kill them. And that's why he's so mad at Stag. He's like, no, I had this one. Like I had this one. I had the card. I had the card in my hand that was going to win this game. So
yeah, no, Black Adam and his hubris. That's like name a better combo.
Matt and Taco Bell, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. It will be my weakness. I already know it.
So no, I think I like that both issues though this week both ended with a cliffhanger. Like we're ready for the final fight. So we'll see all the pieces come together in the big special next week. I say big. It's like 40 pages. It's not that big, but
I mean it's bigger. But yeah. I hope DC has learned, because we always know that once they learn how to do something, they'll do it again. I hope this like 1 month long kind of event style series happens, because this was fun.
It was fun.
I would like more of my comic storytelling like this.
I much prefer doing this once a year than those theme months they did in New 52. I think this, I mean, not necessarily every Christmas, because it'd probably feel weird if it was all December, but
no, but like I remember when they did the 52, and then after 52 they did 2 other or yearly weekly series, and then diminishing returns and all that. But this just shows like with enough planning they can do this. Like I almost feel Justice League versus Suicide Squad at the beginning of Rebirth kind of set the stage for this kind of storytelling. But
and it's not happened that much. They
definitely have nailed it.
Yeah, no. Until now, yeah. So no, I've been enjoying this, and I mean, admittedly, it is a fairly light, pulpy event that isn't going to matter too much in the long run. So there's almost nothing they could do to like upset me with the ending, because there's not a lot of stakes riding on it. It's just a fun story, but I'm having fun with it. So
and that's what I mean, because I know people get tired of events and like everything always changing, and that's their main problem with continuity. Where this is just like a line-wide crossover of the characters, where, like you said, the stakes are low enough that it can be fun. And,
also, I much prefer like the idea it's just a really bad winter everywhere, because to me that's much more palpable to think the world went through this and has gotten over it, and they all remember this really bad winter, versus something like, say, everyone turned into a fish for a week and got turned back, whereas that's almost too silly for me to buy that everyone had that experience on the planet. That's obviously from Snyder's run, but
from Drowned Earth.
From Drowned Earth, yeah. But yes, so there you go. No, it's what are you giving it?
I'm gonna give this one 7.5. Just I didn't think the art was as strong as others in this chapter, but the storytelling is still real good.
Yeah, I'll probably give this a 7. I think I enjoyed the build up to the Viking swamp thing a little bit more than this one, but I still enjoyed the characterization and stuff. And as a chapter, it's hard to rate it much lower unless it did something stupid or did have bad art. I think it has bad art. It's just not as impressive.
It's not like when you have Santucci, and this is not as balanced as some of the other ones. Like you go from Santucci to Nalhoop, now I'm not even gonna try to mess that up even more. In Justice League Dark, and they go together. With this art, it's fine, but it doesn't mesh as well, I don't think. Like it's kind of replacement level DC. Like I hate using the house style because I think people throw that around too much. But this is like basic as it gets superhero.
It's kind of dependable house style artist, and that's not. I mean, it's a bit of a slight, but it's not like this is much better than bad. So Take that for what you will.